Hello and welcome to another Doctor's Assistant 1 video, and today I'm taking a look at the last Doctor Who figure that I'll be reviewing. That is from my Christmas bundle, or like ones that I got for Christmas in 2015, which is the 8th Doctor. I wanted to finish the little sort of series of sorts with this one, as this one is probably, well, definitely, in my opinion, the best 5.5 inch collector's series action figure, as it's in scale with the 5 inch figures, you know, not too bad really. I think this one is definitely a lot more in scale with the 5 inch figures, and that in comparison to, say, the Curator or the 12th Doctor. I'd say those two are probably the two taller ones. I think Missy, both versions of her, the purple and black version of Missy, in both those colour variants of the costume, I think they're about the same height as Paul McGann as well in the Night of the Doctor costume even. And then this is obviously how big he is in comparison to a 3.75 inch figure. The accessories, he comes with the sort of wine bottle, well, not wine bottle, wine cup of sorts where he drinks the elixir to regenerate into the War Doctor. We've finally got, one of the biggest things that I love about this figure is the fact that we've finally got a 8th Doctor sonic screwdriver, which is actually really accurate to the 8th Doctor's sonic screwdriver, with the like gold band around a certain area, and it, you know, like, as good as the 1996 TV movie action figure is as an action figure, it didn't come with this Sonic, which is one of the critiques that I've always had with that figure personally. And you also get this sort of band, like, you know, the metal strap that he puts on right at the end, you know, around his waist, and that. Just the detail on this figure is just phenomenal. You know, you've got the sort of boots there, which aren't actually boots. Those bits are actually like normal like shoes, but then my understanding is that these bits are actually like what jockeys wear, and that apparently, you know, they're like shin guards of sorts, but with laces and that. Then you've got his really cool, like, his waist is really cool, like, with the fob watch, or the chain, anyway. Really cool waistcoat there. You've got the brown, sort of khaki brownish sort of pants, which again don't feel too long either, you know, or too baggy at the tops of the shoes. And the shoes are very nicely painted, and that. And then you've got the main sort of green jacket, which is superbly painted, really good. You know, you've even got the two little buttons, or the two little indents at the back. You've got really good creasing detail and stuff. And for upper bits, or upper parts of the action figure, you've got the cravat where it's like blue and that, and I really love that. And I love how his shirt's somewhat open, and that's nice. As obviously his sort of scarf, or cravat, sort of scarf, handkerchief of sorts, can sort of look like it's kind of going underneath his shirt a little bit. And I just love the way it's sculpted, and he just looks so cool. His head detailing is just superb as well. You know, the hairpiece. The headpiece slash hairpiece is just superb, you know, with all the curls and the sort of brown with a wash of grey, and that I think is superb. The likeness to Paul McGann is very uncanny. I think it is very well done, especially from the Night of the Doctor, you know, like, where he looks a lot more sort of older than obviously in the 1996 TV movie. They could have easily reused his sort of head sculpt from that one. I think my only gripe costume-wise is that you could argue it'd have been better if this one was very much, you know, scuffed up and that, and had a lot more battle damage to it, you know, the costume. As obviously this is what it's, well, it's supposed to look like the more wear down and weathered and battered and bruised costume out of the 1996 TV movie. In this one's supposed to, as I say, look like it's been in a war, whereas as a figure it doesn't portray that a lot, as obviously it looks a lot more cleaner. And that, but I think I'm fine with that personally, because prior to the war, I feel like he would have worn this for a bit after the Dark Eyes one, the Dark Eyes costume. But yeah, you've even got like the detailing on the belt and that, and as I say, the waistcoat is just superb, and the legs / the feet and the bottom bit. You know, I just love those shoes, to be honest, and the head sculpt. I just love this figure, really. It's a superb one. Articulation-wise is pretty basic for a humanoid figure. His head can kind of go left to right, and that his arms can go out to the sides, in at the knee, or in at the elbow even. Full 360 hands, and they are sculpted to hold his accessories as well. Like that one, that hand is sculpted to hold the cup, and then the other one is sculpted to hold the Sonic. It doesn't do it too well, but it's still good enough. I've only just really realised this, but the shirt is also sort of longer than the coat, which I quite like as well. I like that detail. As I say, the hands can do full 360 in at the knee. The knees can go in, even though they are very stiff right now. But yeah, you can go in at the knees, and I think there to there have full 360, so you can twist those about and stuff. I don't think there's any pivots or anything. It's a Doctor Who figure, so there's not too much articulation, but I think it suffices for a Doctor Who figure / a Doctor Who fan or collector of the action figures. I think, as I say, I think this is the best, figure from the 5.5 collector's series, and a must-have for anyone who's a Paul McGann fan, as this is the third, and hopefully not the last, Paul McGann figure we'll see, but it is definitely the third one, as in order of releases, they've released the 1996 TV movie, Paul McGann action figure. They've released a comic book variant of that costume with the Alpha Dalek, which is so rare now, and this one, which already seems to be very rare, as it's going on eBay for like 40 quid, and I honestly thought I wasn't going to get this figure, so I am over the moon and ecstatic with joy that I got this figure, as it's definitely one you shouldn't miss out on, as it is just superb, and will definitely be going on the shelf with the War Doctor and my 9th and 10th Doctor figure over there. As I say, it's a must-have for anyone who's a Paul McGann fan, and it is one of the best figures from the 5.5-inch collector series, really. And I'm not just saying that because I am a fan of Paul McGann. I'm not just saying that because of that reason, but I just think it's a well-rounded action figure, you know, with good detail, decent articulation, and the accessories are superb as well. You know, I think this one's definitely the best one purely for accessories alone. I think a lot of the other figures we've got have been very lackluster purely on the accessories we get with those action figures. That's all I'm saying. You know, the others are poor with, you know, don't get me wrong, the Missy figure is very detailed and very articulated, and is probably the one that I'd pick for second place, you know, but I think this one beats the Missy figure because, again, I think it's just the accessories, the fact that it's of one of the Doctor's variants of a costume that we all hopefully like and whatnot. So yeah, I'd give this figure a well-earned 8 out of 10. See what I did there? Yeah, an 8 out of 10 for the 8th Doctor from Night of the Doctor. Thanks for watching. Comment, rate, and subscribe.